Good evening. So what I'm going to do here is a very quick demonstration of how you might use a Crimson-based gateway to connect any industrial device that you have to the cloud. So let's start by opening Crimson, and I'm actually going to talk via Modbus TCP/IP. So let's go there. Look at this huge list of protocols to my machine on which I have a Modbus simulator running. So let's go to that address. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create a few data tags. I'm going to create 10 tags. First tag I'm actually going to set to an expression. And this will evaluate to the number of seconds in the current time of the day. So that allows us to just see everything's changing. And this I'm going to map to the PLC we're connected to. And the next few registers, I'm just going to map to the next registers in the PLC. And you can see this is very easy to do. And we could apply scaling. We could do all sorts of things. We could have triggers. We could have alarms. We could have all the things Crimson expects to be able to do. Tag 9, I'm going to be a little clever. I'm going to go and set that to. So you can see I'm using expression evaluation here to come up with an average. And tag 10 I'm just going to leave as a derived value I'm going to play with later. So let's go set up Amazon MQTT. Let's enable it, and then let's pull up the Amazon site in Internet Explorer. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to get this host name, the endpoint name, which is the address they want us to talk to. So let's do that. And let's go back into here and paste it in here. Then I'm going to create a thing, which are the entities with which Amazon works. Let's call it test thing. So it's test thing 1, 2, 3, 4. Any name will do. And let's go back into Amazon and we're going to create that thing. Before we have to do it, there's one thing you have to do the very first time you start, which is create a policy. And this basically defines what a given unit can do to the database. Can it write values? Can it read values? What can it do? So I'm going to call this policy allow all. And I'm going to set the action I squared OT star. So anything relating to the I squared OT. Or IoT, sorry, for any topic I'm going to allow. And that's my policy. Now I'm going to go into the registry and I'm going to register a thing. And our thing was called, let's go back, test thing 1, 2, 3, 4. Paste that in. And it's been created. So there's one more thing we have to do. So let's go into it and let's set its security by creating a certificate. Now the certificate is used to guarantee the identity of the thing to Amazon, and a new certificate is created for each device. So what we're going to do is we're going to download this little certificate here, which is used for a different purpose. This is used to identify the server to the device to make sure that our device is not talking to anything other than the authorized web server. Then we're going to go to this certificate, the certificate for the thing, and we're going to download it and save it. And we're going to get the private key for the thing, and we're going to save that as well. And we activate the certificate. Let's attach a policy, allow all. And we are done. So now we have a little device created. It has a certificate. The certificate has a policy. It's all very easy. So let's go back to a thing 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at this. This is the shadow. This is where actually Amazon stores a copy of the data coming from the device. Nothing in it right now, so it's fair enough. Let's get back to Crimson. And we're going to give it our certificate file that we just downloaded, our private key file, and that certificate that we use to verify the server. Then we're going to go into data here, and we're going to get these tags that we created and drag them across. And we're going to download it. And that's it. That's all you have to do to set it up. And now when we go in here and have a look, we will see, once the system starts up, that the state will appear. Oh, we forgot to enter the thing name. What on earth did we do there? Let's put that back in. Oh, we somehow deleted it during the process. I'm sorry. So now let's go back in here and have a look. And sure enough, there we have the data coming across. And you can see tag 1, if you remember, is a seconds counter. The rest are coming from my Modbus simulator. Let's go and write this to something. Write that back, and sure enough, look, that value's gone back. Tag 10 we're going to play with later, and tag 9 is that average we were talking about. Easy, just works, right? So let us now consider how we might write to the device. So let's go in here, and we're going to enable writes. So we're going to say, yep, writes are enabled. Download that. Go back into Amazon. And now there's a little bit of a sort of game you have to do with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new tab in the same place. Well, didn't do it in the same place. I'm sorry. I wanted to clone the tab, didn't I? Let's do it this way instead. Let's go back. Let's open this thing in a new tab. So here are our things. And sure enough, here's the thing we're looking at. And I'm going to use this Amazon web client test here. And if I go and get the, there's the update topic, so-called, for my thing. Go back to the shadow. And again, this is something that your Amazon client, whatever's talking to Amazon for you, would do for you. But if I just want to test this, I have to put that topic in there on Amazon and type a little bit of magic text. So give me a second for that. If I publish that value, and then I go back to my device, you'll see, sure enough, look, tag 10 has now been written to 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I go back to Crimson and say, well, this tag, let's put it on the watch list and view online, sure enough, there you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 in our Crimson device. And if we'd map that to a PLC, that data would be written to the PLC. So back to Amazon again, into that little query. Let's put a different number in here. Publish that to Amazon, and look, there it is in Crimson. So you see, incredibly easy. And of course, while I use Modbus, you could use any of these 100 drivers to TCP/IP, or you could use any of the couple of hundred drivers for serial ports. So an enormous amount of flexibility. Plus, of course, we can add I/O modules to here. We could have a simple input that counted the number of parts made, push it up to the cloud. So an incredibly easy to configure system, leveraging all the value of Crimson, the comms library, and plus the fact that, the number of people out there who know how to use this in our own sales force, in the distributors, in the distributor sales force, in their customers, literally tens of thousands of people who know how to use Crimson and who could very, very easily learn how to use a Crimson-based cloud gateway. So there you have it. Good night.